Maybe one of the most common questions I think people ask about themselves as it relates to debate is sort of how good am I, or like what is my level? And today I was watching a YouTube video. It was about guitar. And when they talk about guitar, a lot of the times they break it down into three levels, right? So they say there's beginner, there's intermediate, and then there are advanced guitar players. And I wanted to do something similar to that for debate, but I feel like debate has a little more variation, and so I wanted to make a system that's a little bit more granular, right? That kind of lets us see even more shades of difference in terms of the levels of people. And so I've come up with a seven-part standard, so rankings of 1 to 7, starting with the lowest and moving up to the top, that I think is fairly accurate for the terminology I would use to describe competitors. And obviously, enjoy finding out what level I think you're at or whatever. But this is just kind of my opinion, so take that as you will. I think the first level, the lowest level of competitor that I classify, is what I call a beginner. This is like a 1 out of 7. And to me, a beginner is a true novice. And when I say a true novice, I mean someone who shows up to a regional novice tournament and they're not likely to break. Okay. This is someone with a losing record in novice for the most part. And there's a lot of reasons for that. They generally just don't know what's going on. There's a ton of arguments they're unaware of. They're kind of getting surprised anytime someone does anything. Someone reads a counter plan, they're confused, says the word conditionality, says the word topicality, breathes anything about a critique, and they have no idea what's going on. This is obviously where everyone kind of starts. And interestingly enough, I think this is where a lot of people get stuck because they quit. But I find that most people that stick with the activity get past this level. The second level, the 2 out of 7, is what I call below average. And a below average competitor is someone who consistently advances to elimination rounds of novice tournaments, and generally speaking, regional novice tournaments, but is unable to consistently win novice tournaments. These people tend to have, if they were an open for some reason, a record of less than 50%. Generally speaking, they're like a 1-5 debater or a 2-4 debater at the varsity slash open level. And I think for these people, this is kind of like, for me, you're still a white belt if we were doing like jujitsu or something. Because again, they just don't know the basics. Like they don't have a vocabulary for debate just yet. If you ask them like what is an internal link, it would be difficult for them to describe. If you ask them to label the 4 parts of a theory position, or what is like the most common response to a counter plan, those kinds of things, they wouldn't really know how to do it. And in novice, that still gets you by because those things don't occur nearly as much. But in open, and when we get to this next level, I think that's where pretty much everyone has those things down. So for me, a 3 out of 7, the third level, is what I would call average. And average for me is people who regionally are able to maintain at least a 50% win rate. They can break at these tournaments, but they rarely do, right? So you might advance to the first elim every once in a while. You're usually going to get bodied once you do that. And for me, being average is very much a knowledge based bright line. So if you're average to me, I could ask you what's the 4 parts of a topicality, and you could instantly tell me what the 4 parts are. You could explain to me what a permutation is. You're aware of the concept of conditionality. You're probably even familiar with the existence of critiques, whether you know how to read or answer them effectively. But generally speaking, you can speak debate, right? You could talk to another debater and they could say words, and you would have a pretty good idea of what is going on. You definitely know how to flow. You probably understand how to effectively prep, at least on some scale. So the fourth level on my scale, a 4 out of 7, is what I call good. And to me, a good debater is someone who consistently breaks at regional events and is roughly a 3-3 debater on the national circuit. So these are the kinds of people that, like, I'm from Northern California, and in Northern California, I would expect to see you in the out rounds of just about every single tournament regionally. And if I saw you on the national circuit, there's like some chance of you advancing. Not a great chance, but like you're not completely out of your depth. You're not getting crushed 1-5, 2-4 on the national circuit. I would say this is where like average and good, somewhere between the two, is where I think the vast majority of debaters are. I don't think too many people get beyond this. That brings us to 5. For me, 5 is very good. And very good teams or very good competitors are individuals who consistently win or appear in the finals of regional events. That means you're breaking basically in every regional tournament you go to, and are favored to kind of appear in finals, to appear in semifinals or better. It also means that you're capable of advancing at most national circuit events, right? So you're kind of an aux debater, or I guess these days, since participation's down, a quarters debater. And you're kind of a 4-2 team. Most people would expect you to sneak through, but no one's really expecting you to win the tournament. But you're certainly better than the majority of debaters, probably better than 70, maybe even 80% of debaters, and would be favored against them. Uh, and I think that that's when you can start saying someone is very good. So, level 6 out of 7 for me is elite. And elite, I would describe in a few ways. One thing I would say is that they are regional gods. If you're elite, you win just about every single regional tournament you go to. You go 5-1 or 6-0, but probably 6-0 at these tournaments. Essentially, outside of the national circuit, you can't be messed with. You're just really, really good. Elite also means you break at every single national circuit tournament you go to, and you're generally advancing to the semifinal round or better of majors. I would also say that elite is where no one is surprised when you win a national circuit tournament. People are like, yeah, no, that's a elite team, right? They're expected to beat just about everyone there. I would say maximum, like absolute maximum, there might be 15 elite teams or elite debaters in the country at any time, and honestly I'm leaning towards there being more like 10, and in some years even less than that. So elite is very difficult. I don't think pretty much anyone gets here, and I think there is some, I guess what I'm trying to say about elite is that there are some years where the next tier we'll talk about doesn't exist, and all that does exist is elite, right? Because when I say elite, I really do mean you're one of the very best debaters in the country, essentially, right? Like you and your partner, or just you if it's a single person event, are someone people are looking at to contend at nationals. Every national circuit, people are not having fun debating you. The other really good teams know that you're going to give them a hard out, and obviously you can have like a matchup with someone that is difficult for you, but generally speaking, these are the teams that average above an 85% win rate or so over an entire year, and who very much are in elimination rounds and are probably well known. So the last category for me, a 7 out of 7, and again, I want to mention that I don't think every year someone gets here, is best. And when I say best, and I know I said very best a few minutes ago, I really do mean the very best. So to me, this is one of the 3 or so best debaters or teams in the nation in a given year. These are people who are favored to win virtually every tournament at the national circuit level. These are the people who you consistently see at the top of the rankings. These are people who lose, if they do 30 prelims in a year, they lose less than 5 for sure. And the only teams that can beat them are elite. And I think this is kind of the difference maker potentially here. Like elite, you should be pretty much smashing everyone you go against. But I think once you're one of the very best teams, the only people who should beat you are the other very best teams or very best debaters in the country. Steve at Pacific used to say that you need to always beat the teams that are worse than you. You need to consistently beat the teams who are as good as you, and you need to be able to occasionally beat the teams that are better than you. And when you're the best, and even to a certain degree, when you're elite, it should only be the teams that are on your level or that are, like, well, I guess there is no one above your level who have any shot of really taking you down in the vast majority of rounds, unless there's some unforeseeable circumstances. And so when I think about like during my time competing, like the best, I would definitely say that individually debater wise, like Tom Cady was one of these people. Sam Cooke was one of these people. And so I think that it's people who like everyone kind of knows they're like really, really good. I would probably actually put Dallas in this category too. I wouldn't put myself specifically in this category. I think as a team, we were probably in this category, but I think that as an individual, like Dallas was best and I was just elite. So yeah, that's kind of my evaluation of what I think are the levels of debate. I'd be really interested in hearing other people's levels of debate, and if you feel like you're a higher level than that, I think that's great. But for me, I think that most people never get past or really even to very good. And I think describing the majority of teams as very good is kind of confusing because, like, then what does the word very good mean? So that's it for this video, folks. Kind of a short one here. Hoping to do a lot of videos over the break now that I'm done teaching for this semester. Have a great day.